into it than we needed to. Like it wasn't just a.
They should replace that player before they lose any more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not. That's all it is. It's not like honestly. I didn't mean. I really didn't mean it to come across as like moaning about chaos. It was more just for me personally. I find chaos the hardest to deal with, and I tried to explain the reason why I find them the hardest to deal with. Like, that's all. And the reason is because maybe I will feel differently after I play some agi teams and come up against chaos, and the claw doesn't bother me as much. Maybe I will think to myself, all right, maybe they're better off. It's just that at the moment I've only really played humans, dwarves, and orcs and Bretonnians, and all of them get wrecked by chaos. If chaos have a good day, like I said. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they're strong. I would also argue that Dark Elves are pretty good at high TV in the open league. And that is not to say, like, I'm sure there are better coaches than me out there who are quite capable of taking virtually any team that's in the game and getting them near the top of the NAF Open League and doing really, really well with them. Like, I don't doubt it. Like, I really don't. I think that there are people who are far better than me at the game who are probably like, oh, well, I don't find chaos a problem. Like, and I wouldn't disagree with them. Like, again, it's all just personal opinion. Like, my opinions of the game are just my own personal opinion. That's all it is. No.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that, Slick. I definitely agree with that. I think that is a definitely fair. Yeah, I suppose that is. I definitely feel like that's a fair assumption. That
sometimes the underdog wins. Not this time.
And we've also, again, we've also had the discussion before as well that maybe things will, as they add more teams into the game, and they add slightly more teams which do a better job at punishing chaos teams, then maybe things will even out a bit more. You know, once Nurgle come in and some other teams that can bash just as well as chaos, maybe things start to even out a little.
Who could imagine that a foul deformity of the body would be so...
I am kind of as far as this game specifically though, I'm kind of upset that like the 4 dice we had on the ball carrier there at the end of the turn really is a shame. Like, rolling double push into double skull really kills us, because we would have very much liked to have gone in at one up at half tune. Military man, good afternoon. How you doing? Good to see you. I hope you are doing all right. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Guitar Bot. Like, I definitely understand that. Maybe, you know, if not going up TV, but this isn't particularly high. I mean, this is only 1500 TV, and he's already got enough Mighty Blow and Claw to be able to do some real damage to an Orc team. So, yeah, no, I definitely agree that it's a bit that you can make cuts and try and keep your TV down. Follow. Yeah, Scooter wins all the time. Scooter wins all the time. I do not win all the time. I win some of the time. But I'm cool with that. I don't know. Right, where are we going to make our blitz, I wonder? This guy got blocked? No. I kind of want to blitz in here, and then I kind of want to... This is risky, but I feel like we've got to be reasonably aggressive here, and I feel like I want to try and get this Minotaur off the pitch as best we can. .58's not ideal, but I feel like we do it. Only a stun. That's a shame. Because again, this is probably about as good as... We've had 2 fouls on the Minotaur this game, and unfortunately neither of them went particularly well. Like, this is probably about as good as an opportunity as we was going to get him off the pitch. But never mind, never mind. We keep a guy back and we see what happens. We might be alright. Yeah, no, well the thing is, yeah, stunned, technically, yes, stun does mean that you can try again next turn. The reason I say this is probably about as good a chance we was going to get is because obviously if you commit to a foul, especially against, again, Chaos, if you commit to a foul like this, more often than not, they're then just going to base up a load of your players, which makes life a lot more awkward. Like,
The domino effect.
ugh.
Nothing better than a sharp claw.
Apparently, this player can't even put his own shoes on alone anymore. They're going to spend time on the bench for that.
Right. We might be able to clear some guys out here. Got all the pushes. Oh, there's a down. I want to do this while I've got the reroll actually, yeah. %. Okay, we'll take that.
On the player's neck with those studded boots.
Oh well, there we go. We got sent off. That's a shame.
Not fun. Restart.
But yeah, the reasoning behind fouling the Minotaur is that, like, unfortunately we're in a situation where we're kind of down on pieces, and if we don't get the Minotaur off the pitch, there's not much we can do about it. Like this is my problem with Chaos teams. It's just, you know, this happens way too often against Chaos. Yeah, this is nosedive. Again, I was saying this earlier on. The problem, the thing that annoys me about Chaos, the one thing that annoys me about them, or I say the one thing, like I've seen Chaos teams that literally go Claw, Mighty Blow. I saw a Chaos team that went Claw, Mighty Blow first on everyone. They had absolutely no block and went Claw, Mighty Blow. And a lot of people say, oh, the problem with Chaos is they've got no block, they've got no skills. But when you've got Claw, Mighty Blow on everyone, and you've got like 4 rerolls, and you've got a bunch of Strength 4, and you've got Beastmen that can blitz on Strength 4, it's reasonably easy to get a lot of 2 dice blocks. Like I think that most people would agree that it's reasonably easy with all their Strength 4 to get at least a reasonable amount of 2 dice blocks. Like that seems like a fair assumption to make. So between the fact that it's reasonably easy to get 2 dice blocks and the fact that he has like rerolls, within the first 3-4 turns he can make a lot of reasonably successful 2 dice blocks with his Claw and Mighty Blow. And if those first 3 or 4 turns go well, then you just end up in a massive hole. Like that's kind of, you know, the way it tends to go for me. But again, I would definitely agree with people that say like it is definitely different for Agi teams or teams that are already armor value 7, because then the Claws are wasted skill and they don't really worry about it so much. I definitely will make an effort to play differently against Chaos with the Agi teams and see how it goes. And again, I'm sure there are some things I could do better. I really am. I'm sure I could do a better job at positioning my pieces and maybe, you know, not getting involved in brawls. I just feel like it's yeah. And again, what am I going to do here? I'm going to take a 1 dice here. That's unfortunate. I have to re-roll it. Oh well, never mind. The idea, I don't really have a and Yo-Yo Joe. I mean, Yo-Yo Joe says Chaos isn't broken. It's that Claw is broken, and Chaos has Claw without doubles, right? And again, I half agree with what you're saying. I half agree with it, and I will explain that. If your point is that Chaos aren't broken, Claw is broken, and Chaos get Claw, therefore, like, it doesn't make sense that Chaos are not broken. Like, in your opinion, not necessarily what. Like, I think, like, what I would say in regards to that comment is if your point is that Chaos aren't broken, Claw is broken, what I would say is Chaos are currently broken because they get Claw without doubles. And not necessarily broken. I've said this before. Not broken to the extent where I think Chaos are. It's impossible to play against them. And I also think there are a lot of teams which are yet to be released which do far better against Chaos. And I have to add the caveat that this is just because it's an open league and endless.
With arms like trees. There was only going to be one result in that.
Nice move.
Yeah, exactly, Slick. Exactly. I honestly think that it's just a case of because it's an endless league. Like the game was never designed. Like the tabletop version was never designed to be an endless league. Unfortunately, the only way you could set up a league to play a bunch of people online is to make it endless. It really is. And again, I've been trying to make it clear. Like all of my opinions about the Claw stuff and the Chaos in general are all in relation to the open league. And I do it in relation to the Open League because I feel like that's where 90% of the people who play the game, or at least 90% of the people who are currently playing and I'm talking to against, play the majority of their games. Most people play the majority of their games in the Open League.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
I just honestly, I genuinely feel like I just feel like it's because they have so much of it. Like, it's not that like I particularly have anything against like Claw, Mighty Blow, or whatever like that. It's just crazy to me that you can have a whole team of it. Like that's the crazy part. Right. Is there any way I can get to this guy? I don't feel like there's any way I can get to this guy. Which is a shame. We really need our KOs to come back. Again, we're kind of so many pieces down. It's going to be a little rough. But you stand up. Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, Drace, maybe. There's lots of different ways you could go around it. Yeah, I mean, and again, like in league play, I really feel like if you're in organised leagues, you know, they're probably fine exactly the way they are. They really are. And it just comes down to what do you want to balance the game for? Do you want to balance the game for organised leagues, or do you want to balance the game for the people who are just going to play in the open league? And again, I really don't know what's best. Like I don't know if I was Cyanide which way around I'd do it. I don't necessarily think piling on is too bad. Again, I'm not quite sure how I would go about fixing it. Yeah, it's just again, like it's really hard. Like I really don't want to come across as like, oh, Chaos are broken and like there's nothing you could do against Chaos. That is not true. That's certainly not true. I just feel like out of all the teams in the game, the team that I come across where I think to myself, oh my god, this is just ridiculous. Like, not ridiculous in that, oh my god, it's just taking, like, he's just destroying my team. Is Chaos at the moment. I think personally the best suggestion I've seen or heard or read anywhere is like I feel like I definitely feel like giving the Chaos Warriors Claw, piling on Mighty Blow is like, you know, crack on, but I feel like maybe the Beastman, like it's just giving it to all the Chaos Warriors, having everyone on your team just wrecking high armor seems a bit crazy. Or I would also kind of, you know, I would also kind of maybe it wouldn't be so bad if there was a skill in the game which was like the anti-claw. Like, you know, like if some people have dodge, therefore they have tackle to counteract dodge. Maybe it would be nice if they had like, you know, if they had like claw, but they also had a skill which negated claw, which you could take. And then maybe then it wouldn't be so bad. Like, you'd be giving up one of your skills to actually negate the claw skill. So maybe that could work. But again, it may be that would be unbalanced, because then maybe everyone would just take it on everyone, and it wouldn't make a difference. But maybe if there was like a skill, like a strength access skill or something that you could get on your blitzers that would negate claw, maybe that would help a little bit. Can we? No, we can't get him. Yeah, like a heavy, like an armor thing or anything, like, you know, thick skin or whatever they wanted to call it. Maybe if there was a skill that you could actually take on a level up, like say, like if it was a strength skill that you could say, all right, if you know, you ignore claw basically, because you'd still be giving up a skill to get it. So maybe that would work. Maybe that would work.
Come on, guys, together.
God blimey, Helmato.
Hot knife through a halfling pie.
Yeah, weren't like back in the day, weren't fouls much more powerful as well? Back in the day, yeah, on little skittles. Maybe again, that's what I said. Like maybe that would be unbalanced. Maybe then everyone would take that, and then claw would be absolutely useless, and it would go too far in the other direction. Like I'm not.
Well, at least they're not.
Again, and again, as I've said before, it's all just this is just me talking really about my feelings about the game. Like maybe there's a lot of people out there who are completely fine with the way things are and are like, oh, don't worry about it. Like it's fine. Well, he's gone. There goes the Dodger. There goes the Dodge Black Orc. That's a shame. Yeah, the Black Orc's gone now. Unfortunately, that was the Dodge Black Orc, but he's gone now. So. But yeah, this is just like, again, like I genuinely do not feel like this is an uncommon thing to happen against Chaos teams. Like I've had this twice in a few days. Like I really don't feel like this is uncommon.
Then they need to action it before time runs out.
I mean, maybe I haven't played enough different teams to even it out, like even out my perception of it. Maybe it's just because like the teams I've played, like dwarves and orcs, orcs and humans. Maybe they just do particularly badly against chaos. Like maybe that's just the way that goes. Maybe I'll play some other teams and they'll do so much better against chaos. Yeah, like I do, and again, I get what you're saying. More guard, less spread, but at this current team value, it's not like you're saying like more guard, less spread, but I've taken all the guard I can realistically at this point in time at 1500 TV. Like, I really like Drace. Literally, all you're saying is, "Oh, get more guard and don't spread out as much." Like, that is not a solution to. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, of course, getting more guard and not spreading out as much would help, certainly. But that implies that I've had the opportunity to take way more guard all of a sudden, out of nowhere, at 1500 TV.
Good play. Placing the ball in a safer, possibly faster pair of hands, or claws.
It's like playing against Wood Elves, and just saying get more tackle, like out of nowhere. Just get more tackle, you win. Like it.
Can the opponents do
I doubt it, Jim. There just isn't enough time.
Right. And in that case then, Drace, what you're saying is Orcs lose the Chaos at a certain point and that won't change. Right, fine. I don't disagree with you. I've said that certain teams at certain team values do better against other teams. I'm fine with that. What I've been trying to get at is that again, what Yo-Yo is saying. I feel like out of all the teams I play against, Chaos are the team that just divides teams into you're rubbish against Chaos or you're okay against Chaos. There's no like middle ground. Like, I just come up against Chaos teams and it's like, it's literally a case of I hope they roll badly, because if they don't, I'm dead. Like, that's it. Which in an online, you know, in organised leagues where you have, you know, a chance to counteract that, fine, crack on. But that's it. That's all I'm getting at. I feel like unfortunately I've run in as Orcs. I've run into the Chaos team a little bit too early. Like, I haven't had a chance to get block or guard, or I haven't had my level ups on the right players. But yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's just a case of
dangerous ball? The player needs to secure it, and fast.
maybe I am just doing it wrong. Maybe I am just doing it wrong. You stay.
As effective as ever, these black orcs.
Not really. I don't think we can make this any safer than that, can we? Okay.
A last burst at the very end of the match. Oh, really?
Yeah, again, slick, definitely. Like, again, maybe I'm doing it wrong. But it, like maybe I could try. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could stay at lower TV. I suppose my point would be this: like at high TV, once in an endless league, eventually everyone gets to a reasonably high team value. That seems to be a reasonable argument. Everyone gets to a reasonably high team value, and I would say, like off the top of my head, once Chaos teams have Guard Claw, we're talking like Claw mainly, the Claw Mighty Blow piling on combination. Once Chaos teams have a lot of Claw piling on Mighty Blow on virtually all of their players, then there are a lot of teams that Chaos just outright crush. Like Orcs, Dwarves, like they proper like absolutely crush a lot of teams. Whereas on the flip side, like I'm just all for balance. Like on the flip side, maybe someone could tell me, are there any teams that can do to Chaos what Chaos do to like half of the other teams? That's all I'm getting at. Like if there is a team that absolutely butchers Chaos on a regular basis, then I'll hold my hand up and say, alright, I'm completely wrong. Like it's all swings and roundabouts. But I feel like Chaos have a lot of teams that they can absolutely wreck, and there are no teams that can wreck Chaos the way that Chaos can wreck everybody else currently in the game at the moment. I think that's where a lot of the problem lies. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Yeah, okay. Chaos Dwarf Nurgle. No one that's in the game yet.
Message, Bob. Would you like to take a look?
Huh?
Yeah, and again, I've said repeatedly that
Ogre action.
I've said repeatedly that as more teams get introduced to the game, I am sure it will even out. I am. So yeah, it may be. Maybe it will not be anywhere near as much of a problem later on. Right. Our strength 4 runner is definitely getting block. We're definitely getting block. And the Black Orc is definitely getting block. Because we need more block. A team of 11 wizards. I'm not quite sure how Orcs wreck Chaos early. Surely, I mean, they have some block on the blitzers, but I wouldn't say that would wreck them. I would agree that they're marginally better. Vorkos, seeing as you asked so quickly, you can indeed. Yeah, because this guy's gone. This guy's gone. We can't have the AV8. Vorkos. There you go, good sir. There you go. 80k. We're still up to 13. There we go. All right. Well, the Black Hawk level up is very nice for us. We didn't we lost. Unfortunately, we lost the dodge blitzer, which is a pain. But we can come back from that. We need to try and get the Black Hawks leveled up, which would be nice. But we very much need block on our linemen as well, which is just as important. Yeah, playing I don't know. Playing, I really don't feel like. Hold up, playing a league. I really don't feel like maybe I could go down to 12 players. Maybe I cut a lineman then. I could cut a lineman and lose what 60k team value. I really don't think losing 60k team value is gonna help me much. I really don't think that the playing with the difference between 13 and 12 players is the blitzer with Mighty Blow has jump up. We've got one jump up Mighty Blow blitzer, and we're going to eventually give him piling on.
I've just been my Cabal vision.
But yeah, honestly, there's probably there's probably a bunch of people who are like, well, you could do this, you could do that. Again, I'm not saying that everything I say is the word of that it's completely right. From the off, I've said a lot of it is just how I feel playing the game. Everyone's got that with every game. Everyone's different. Everyone's going to have certain things that some things that they're fine with, some things that they're not. And I love Blood Bowl, and I love everything about it, and I'm happy playing it. Just out of all, that's it. Just sometimes out of all the teams, the only team sometimes I feel like, oh, bugger, is Chaos. And I was just trying to explain the reason why I feel that way. That's all. Trying to give it a bit of context. So if people disagree and people have different views on Chaos, good luck to it. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong and I'm right. I was just trying to give a bit of context to the whole, sometimes I feel like Chaos are a bit crap to play against. That's all. That's all.